let's move on from Milroe to a guy that, by all accounts, his draft stock is on the rise. I think he did help himself in Mobile, definitely in the Senior Bowl. I believe he was named the best quarterback on the American team by the players on the national team, if I got that correctly. And it's a guy a lot of Browns fans are seriously interested in. I see it all over social media. Fans are getting hyped about Jaxson Dart from Ole Miss, and I got to hear what you saw from Dart while you were down in Mobile.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be a taller guy. He's not as lean as you would think he is, but that's okay. 6'2" is he's a former shortstop. He played infield, baseball was his main sport. He thought he was going to be a baseball player, so he's used to the pressure of the infield. He's got a decent arm, and he's capable of delivering throws, and he's got impressive velocity, especially on the intermediate throws. He can throw deep, or see throwing deep. He's got excellent arm flexibility, and he seemed to adjust his throwing angles, and his release points were pretty seamless. He had a rocky first day, and again, that was from coming out of center, having to drop back and pass, not knowing where his reads are, where his progressions are. But once he figured that out at the end of the first day, he came out in the second and third days and shined. He looked really good. Be able to utilize his pre-snap reads. But then again, it's a lot of the issues is he's used to the shotgun. Here he's being played under center and having to drop back. He's a good scrambler. He's an excellent scrambler. He can run the ball good, and he's got effective distribution skills. He's able to go through his progressions, look for receivers. If he's got a pocket awareness, so he can see a defender coming in off the outside, and he's also got good anticipation. He's able to thread a pass into a small hole, especially on the sideline passes. I think he stands tall under pressure, and he demonstrated a lot of toughness in 2 days. First day, it was rocky. He had a bad day, but he finished strong. And coming into the draft, believe it or not, he was ranked number 202. Well, that's 5th round. Now I'm thinking if he went to the Browns with their first pick in the 3rd round, that would be about right. I've seen a couple of mock drafts where they have him late 2nd round. That wouldn't surprise me a bit. But the Senior Bowl did him a lot of favors.
Yeah, it sure seems so. And of course, there's always, the combine and all, pro days and interviews and all that stuff that could continue to elevate his draft stock, especially in a weak quarterback class where the top end talent is not very deep, and, teams get desperate for this position, in that, in those draft slots. But one thing that you're talking about there is what Andrew Berry actually commented on Jaxson Dart was, I believe he said elite processing capabilities or something to that regard. And that's kind of what I saw on film. I've been watching some tape on some of these quarterbacks that the Browns could potentially draft, and Jaxson Dart's been one of the guys I've been studying. And I agree with you. I think he does stand tall in the pocket. I think he's got a good, downfield vision. He's going through his progressions, and he's able to shift the pocket very well, create more space for himself. And you're right, he can scramble and pick up big yards with his legs, and that it's almost like a Bo Nix scrambling capability. He's not elite speed or shiftiness or anything, but it's that determination of, well, I see he can see it, he's got the vision, and he takes off, he goes, he gets it, and then he gets back up to run another play. And I like the aggressiveness that I've seen with Jaxson Dart.